Here in the trees of this beautiful village lurks an evil that no one could have imagined. This small town has been terrorized by some unknown and strange creature, taking the lives of many of the locals. This is their story. Thank you for being willing to talk to us today. I know this has been quite an emotional time for your town. What would you like to share with us about your experience?
Well, first, of course, my name is Rock Candy Scooterson, the proud son of the famous Olympian scooterer, Scoot Scooterson. What was the question?
What was your experience with having the Croci-gator? Sources tell me that you had a little bit of a romantic relationship with the Croci-gator.
The old proverb, I think, says it best. Croci-gator never kills in the same spot twice, but sometimes the Croci-gator, frick, you know, doesn't play nice.
Wow, that was well said. Did you lose anyone you cared about during the Great Massacre?
Well, that's how my pops died. He was going off a big scooter jump, and he didn't realize that in the other end of the landing spot was just a big Croci-gator, mouth wide open. Took my pop. That's all.
I can tell that this makes you really emotional. Mm-hmm. Is there anything else you'd like viewers to know that are wondering about what happened here?
Yeah, you know, if it's humid and the vibes are wrong, you gotta listen to that, because those types of things are really what bring the Croci-gator's mojo to Clown Town.
If the vibes are wrong and it's humid, stay clear. Thank you. Mr. Scooterson, we're really trying to make sense of the sound that this creature makes. So I'm wondering if you could give us your best rendition of the sound that the Crocoraptor makes.
Of course.
I'm speechless. That was horrifying. Thank you for sharing. We've got Margella here to share her side of the story as this Croci-gator continues to murder townspeople. Margella, what can you tell us about the Croci-gator?
It's enormous and frightening, and it makes really strange noises.
Can you give us an example of the noise that it makes from your perspective? Oh, that's quite unsettling. Now I heard that when you saw the Croci-gator, you were with you were with a group of school children and you shoved them into the way of the Croci-gator so you could escape. Is there any truth to this story? Frisbee McIverson, thank you so much for being willing to talk to us.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Can you tell us what your experience was when the Croci-gator was terrorizing your small town in Australia?
Yes, of course I can. You know, I was just out there in the outback, you know, as one does, in my Jeep, and I was just hanging with the kangaroos, and I just saw this thing out of my corner of my eye, and they just came up and I don't even know, it just like flashed by, man, and it was wild. And then it started attacking someone, and it ate them, and then it went after a roo, and then I had to go and I punched the alligator, the Croci-gator, you know. And after I punched the Croci-gator, then it ran away and I saved the roo. So that's how it happened there.
That's quite a harrowing tale. Now, can you tell me, I've been hearing from quite a few sources that this creature was flying through the air. It sounds like you experienced that as well, that it really was the spirit of a Croci-gator.
This is my young mate. This is Samuel. Yeah, Samuel, come here. Come here, Samuel. Samuel was out there with me in my Jeep when we were in the outback, and we saw the gates are flying by, did we not? What do you think, mate? We did. We saw it flying by, and it's quick, mate. You gotta watch out because it's gonna get you quick.
Now, when you punched it, did you connect with the Croci-gator, or did your hand just go through it? Like, what was that like?
I like try my Falcon punch. You know.
I punched him like this.
You punched
Whoa,
it like that.
whoa.
But like it kind of went through, didn't it? It kind of went through. Like it was like almost like a ghost slide.
It ripped the seat.
What he said.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
So-
thank you for your bravery and
Yes,
for
you're welcome.
doing your best to keep this small town safe.
Of course. You know the roos. I'm just happy they're alive and well. And I'm here with my mate Samuel. So,
Okay, fabulous, thank you. We're really trying to make sense of
Yes.
what exactly this creature is.
Ah.
And we've been trying to figure out exactly what sound it makes because we're getting a lot of mixed
Yes.
answers to that question. So, what would you call this creature?
Well, you know, I call it a Croci-gator, and it kind of sounds like this. There you go.
That's quite the sound.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to traumatize the children at home.
Wow, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
We've got local youth Chomp Poppers with us here, and he's got a first-hand account of the Croci-gator. Can you tell us what you saw down at the beach Thursday morning?
I saw a lot. There was some people got eaten.
Yeah.
Did not defeat it. I did see it though, and I heard its cries.
You heard its cries. Now, can you give us an example of what its cries sounded like from your perspective? Ooh, that sounds bone-chilling. My last question for you is, when it was flying past you, was it translucent? Could you see through it, or was it a solid specter?
I couldn't see it.
You couldn't see it at all.
Yeah, it was like invisible. It was only visible when it was on the ground.
Wow, you heard it here first, folks. When it was flying through the air, it was invisible, but when it was on the ground, it was visible. Thank you so much for your bravery. Really trying to get a better idea of what this animal sounds like, and it's been pretty difficult to come to a conclusion. So could you give us your rendition of this fearsome beast's sound that it makes?
I think it sounds like this.
Wow, startling. You guys are one of the more fascinating people that we're interviewing for this story. So could you introduce yourselves for the camera, please?
Okay,
Okay, so my name is Martha, and this is Doug McKenzie, and we're from Regina, Saskatchewan.
Interesting.
And my husband drives a Zamboni. That's his job. And I own a knitting store. Hi, Martha. I have a friend named Martha. And Susan.
Very good. And what brought you to this quaint town in Australia?
Well, we never had a honeymoon, and it was time because, you know, Doug has some bladder problems, and I'm struggling with that. Sorry. And I just don't know how much time we have left together. So we decided to come here and have a honeymoon.
Oh.
Right, eh? Yeah? Okay.
That's quite beautiful. I'm getting choked up. Now, I heard that at the Australian ice rink, while you were driving the Zamboni, that there was quite the incident. Can you tell us what happened with the Alli-Croc at the ice rink?
Do you want me to talk? Because I
Bitch got up at us, man.
It was horrifying. We've been attacked by moose before, but that thing, I don't know what that was. Eh, right? Yeah.
Can you give us an example of what this creature sounds like for the camera?
Okay, so it's horrible. It's horrible.
Is there anything that you'd like the townspeople to know while this creature is still at large?
Well, like, honestly, if it was a moose, I could give you all kinds of advice. Because we know. Because we've been chased and attacked. But, I don't know. Like, this thing is weird. It's weird, right? A Zamboni even couldn't take it out.
Oh my goodness.
So, I don't know.
Wow.
You're on your own, hey? Yeah.
We appreciate you sharing with us. It was wonderful to meet you and enjoy your knitting and your Zamboniing.
Thank you.
Susie Crumpets, we're happy to see you today. Who do you have with you?
Thank you so much for having that. I'm just rather emotional. I'm rather emotional about everything. The Croci-gator, it's been truly terrible. I'm here with my son, Chester.
Chester Son Crumpets. What was your experience with the Croci-gator?
If you can speak about it, it's all right, son.
I almost got eaten.
You did? What happened? Tell us what happened to you.
I was walking around and I saw it bite my foot.
It bit your foot? Oh my gosh. Now, this Croci-gator seems to be kind of a specter and not fully human.
Now my foot's kind of...
Did its teeth hurt when it bit you with it being a ghost?
It took my foot off.
It take your foot off?
But it did not hurt.
Yeah.
It's that.
We look down and we see only one foot. Oh dear.
Thank you for taking the time. I guess to start things off, how do you feel about the old phrase, when the balloon hits twice, you gotta see it falling down?
You know, that's the perfect way to put this whole situation, because the wind has been blowing, and wind always blows balloons, and that wind blew that alligator all over the place. Oh my gosh, I saw it eat 3 people's heads in one bite. I don't even know. It was crazy.
Okay, well, thanks for being here. What's your name?
Sylvestria Sylvestin.
Of course.
Yes, and I'm getting really emotional just talking about it. It's been just so terrible. I mean, I think half of the original families are gone now. Half of the city's original families.
Now, do you know anything about the Croci-gator's family? Troubled youth, maybe?
I've never thought about the Croci-gator's family and what caused it to terrorize the town, but I'm sure it's got a fascinating backstory. And, you know, if we really think about it, any Croci-gator that decides to go on a killing rampage must have a good reason. So I suppose it had some business it needed to take care of, and I'm still here, so I guess it's all right.
And I mean, it's no secret that you have a terrible awful to look at injury that no one wants to see.
I do.
How would you describe how that's affected you in your
I
day-to-day
do.
life?
You know, the Croci-gator came up on me real fast and it took off my whole buttocks. My whole buttocks is gone. Currently, I am wearing shorts with padded buttocks because all there is are concave spots. The scarring is terrible and I can't even sit on a toilet anymore. It all has to be standing up and there's nothing the doctors can do. I've tried to get implants and they can't help me.
And,
So it's hard to talk about.
last question, if you could say one thing to the Croci-gator, what would you say?
Give me my buttocks back! We've got Luna Lovegood with us here. And we're really thankful that some of the youth of the city have agreed to speak with us about the horrors that have occurred.
I didn't agree to this.
We'll cut that part. Can you please tell us what your experience with the Croci-gator was? Did you see it in person?
No.
You never saw it?
No.
Did you hear its raptor cries?
No.
Oh dear God, I just heard it. Oh no.
I
Oh
don't hear
no.
anything. I don't know what
Oh,
you're
no.
talking about.
I've heard that it's still been seen lurking around the area. Are you afraid of the Croci-gator and how it might come for you next, Luna?
No.
Oh my God, oh my God! Unfortunately, many of those that we interviewed have since passed due to attacks from this dreaded beast.
This grass smells like grass.
Oh, flabbergast!
Though many lives have been lost, the children who summoned the beast found a way to defeat it.
I am telling them to sit us. Yeah, and I have to blow the horn. Speaking of alligators, we have to kill it with something. You have to blow the horn and we'll try to kill it. Hey guys. There it is. Attack. Get away from us.
shot for the movie. You're gonna be in it.
Zone 6 producer.